first day experience with mother. Mother was a patient of heart disease, chronic heart disease, since 83, and she was treated by Dr. Bilota at Rome. When mother used to go to Rome, he used to check up and give the medicines for mother heart. In 87, she had a high fever and she was having breathing trouble at mother house. The sister brought mother to Woodlands without knowing the doctor. And then this matron admitted her and called me. I went to mother's house, mother's room, and mother was praying deeply. So I had to wait for some time. Then she opened her eyes and asked me, "Are you a doctor?" Then I told her, "Yes." "Did you come for me?" And she said, "Yes." What a miracle. I was praying to God to send me a doctor. That was the first introduction with her. Since then I treated her and I took her to ICU because she was having heart problem. And so many incidents happened later on. I can share a few of them with you. One day evening I went to see mother in mother house. I saw one gentleman is shouting, "Mother is not in mother house." He went for some work. Then I waited. He was telling about the food offered to them from the mother house in the evening. That gentleman was telling that this type of food I cannot take. No one can take. So let mother come, I'll show it to her. Mother came within few minutes and mother came to know what is his desire. Then mother's food was lying just next to that room, the dining table. Mother asked him, "Will you take my food?" He said, "Okay, I'll take your food." Mother asked the sister to bring that plate and offered to him. Sister brought the food and tried to give it to him. The same food. This was the mother's incidents I can see. I understand how she became mother of the world. So many other incidents happened. She told me so many things. One thing I can remember now, that she told me one day to visit Titagarh for leprosy center. I asked her, "Why are you asking to go there and what is there?" She said, "From my heart I tried to help the leprosy patient. And what I have done, and if anything has to be added from your end, if you can tell me, I can do that for them." Then she told me, "I got a land from the government with great difficulty in Titagarh. I prepared a leprosy center there, where I made a small hospital also. The one doctor is very kind. He is coming and doing treatment, and I am getting the medicines from the different place of the world for the best treatment for them. And I made one small houses for each family. In that room, everything is there, along with the instrument which can prepare our saris, these blue colored saris, they can prepare. So they used to prepare the saris whole day, and my sister used to take those saris from them and pay them money. So my interest was to establish them and give the dignity as their normal life, and they do not have to beg anywhere. So this way I prepared that colony of leprosies, and nowadays the number of cases has reduced and they are doing good. I am happy with that. Lastly she said, "Doctor, when you try to help some people, so this is my one-time investment and lifetime achievement." One day, one gentleman, he is my patient, very elderly person, couple, wanted to offer me a big house for the hospital. That gentleman used to love me like his son, although they have a family, but still he was adamant to keep that building for the hospital and offered to me. I explained to him, and ultimately I requested Mother, this house is a big house and the area is not suitable for a hospital. So I'll make some clinic in the ground floor, but in your Shishu Bhavan, there are so many handicapped children lying. It's difficult to treat handicapped children with the normal babies. So you think over, Mother, if you can make that house is for the handicapped children, that will be a beautiful house. Initially Mother was thinking that that gentleman has their own family, why they will give it to us? But I requested and I told the gentleman to go to Mother and try to explain what you want to do. You don't want to give it to your children for the sake of the poor people. So Mother ultimately agreed, and that house is running with the handicapped children very beautifully. It is in the Nimtala Ghat Street.
Which place?
Nimtala Ghat Street.
Dayadan.
Dayadan. The name of the house is Dayadan. And my friend is running a clinic every week. So many patients, poor patients are coming there.
Another thing, that house was just opened on the first year after Mother's death. No?
Okay.
Before it was used for another purpose. But
Father used to stay.
the priest and the father's MC used to stay because they had no place to stay.
Yeah, MC
But
fathers.
yes, in 1998, on Mother's first birthday, it was opened, and as a gift to Mother for the handicapped children.
Oh, wonderful.
And it's something very beautiful to see how the sisters had made it and how secured the handicapped children are there. There is a somebody donated a small lift because those handicapped children, they cannot walk or climbing, and it's difficult for the sisters to carry them. And they have all the occupational therapy there, and there are a lot of physiotherapists who are there. Downstairs there is a clinic which is for the poor people. You all should visit and see the house in one small campus, how God provided such a beautiful place for the handicapped and mentally challenged children.
New types of physiotherapy underwater is there.
There's a small swimming pool also, and that house is called Dayadan.
Yeah.
Because Dayadan, and it was given to Mother in front of her, offering on the Indian way, like there is a fire being lit, and they offered that whole thing to Mother in front of the fire.
Okay.
And that which Mother had really remembered, see how beautifully they offered. The very important part which now I feel, the beauty of offering, that how sincere and how much love they put in that offering, which mother always recognized in that every aspects. Mother always recognized the beauty in the small things, and she made us learn it also. Maybe she opened our vision to it. And she used to tell quite often that how beautiful in front of fire they offered me, and I felt so happy about it.
Mother used to love that mother house very, very, very much. Once she became sick in New Delhi, she went to take the Rajiv Gandhi Prize, Peace Prize. But after reaching New Delhi, next day morning, he became malaria fever. So I was there in Delhi also for some other reason. But I came to see her in the morning and saw this typical malaria fever for her. And she cannot go there. So I talked to the minister concerned and I requested to take her to All India Institute for the treatment. Don't keep her in this small house, but no facilities are available for treatment. And I knew that mother, when is having this malaria fever, and because he is a heart patient, sometimes heart failure can precipitate with this rigor and fever. Same thing happened in the All India Institute in the midnight. Fortunately, I was there in the hospital. I have treated properly in the night. Next day, Prime Minister also came. Prime Minister was Narasimha Rao and requested me to take mother anywhere she likes for the treatment. But mother told me, you cannot treat me. Why you want to take me to some other country? Take me to Calcutta as early as possible and I will be there, I will be okay. Same, I have to keep her word. I told Prime Minister offered his plane, Prime Minister plane. I brought her and I told mother, will you go to the woodlands for the few days treatment and go to your home later? No, I'll go to my house, nowhere else. She straightway go to her own room and said, I'm very happy here. This was her version. And then lastly, I'll tell you, certainly when mother died, in the evening, I was called. I went there. I was there for whole night. And I asked Sister Nirmala that what is your plan of the last function and everything.
Last rites.
She said, we all sisters have got a fixed graveyard close to our mother house and we have a plan too. Sister didn't know that in our country also, in other places also, this type of saint people can be placed in our own house. I saw Rishi Aurobindo in Pondicherry. He was a Hindu priest, but he was revered in that main house, and people are going and praying near the gate. And what a beautiful area and what a peaceful area. I explained to Sister Nirmal about that. And she said, I didn't know that. Is it possible? I said, yes. I have to take the permission of 3 people. One is Mayor of Calcutta, and he was sitting there. Another was Police Commissioner, he was also sitting there. And third person was the Chief Minister. So I said, you will get the permission and mother will be at her home. And you also feel that mother is always at this home. So that's why the mother's tomb was prepared and everything.
Yes, it was after mother's death for 1 year I tried to keep myself because I was feeling the emptiness and I could not go to mother house. But after 1 year I went because I was called to review the case of Monica Westro, and that was again my entry to mother house. And because you see how providence played a part, when I left my clinical practice, I went into the imaging aspects of gynae and obstetrics, and the review was on the imaging aspect of gynecology of a tumor in Monica Westro. So I really wonder that how God allows this. So when I entered mother house, like I went few times, but somehow I felt that mother is no more, and I used to feel so sad and used to come back. But somehow God again pushed me there and brought me back to mother house. And then I started review work, doing a lot of research on Monica Besra case, and she used to come from a village to me for the checkups, and I had to do a lot of research with all other doctors of Calcutta. Then my journey started again. So when I submitted the report of mine to the Monsieur who came all the way from Rome, they asked me to meet him. So I was standing at mother's tomb and saying, Mother, I had done my job. I am giving the report of my research about Monica Bestra's tumor, and now you don't tell me again to go further. I will not. I used to talk with mother in the tomb as before. So I was rehearsing myself that when this priest asked me further, I will say no. Then the tomb was there and mother's that cause office was beside. So when I entered, there were a lot of priests there sitting. Somehow I felt something internally. And the first word I said yes. I don't know how it came over. They felt that I did not know what they had come over. I said only the word yes. They felt that I accepted to do further research on Monica Besra for the cause from the Vatican side. And that is where I find it so very mistake. And since the word came out and I felt mother wanted, so after that, so I had to work for more 2 years, and with Father Lobo, Bishop Lobo, and other priest at the Archbishop House. And then we submitted the first miracle of mother. So I had mother somehow, maybe God, I say mother, but it is God who worked through her. And I worked hard on this, and we worked hard with the big team, and we submitted. In this journey of 2 years or more, I realized that maybe mother wanted me further, wanted to make me more know about spirituality. And in that working at Mother House, Archbishop House, I met many personalities, religious people, and also I read more talking about mother because I was obsessed with mother. I did not know anything of missionaries of charity during when mother was alive. But after her death, I knew the values, the wisdom of mother. And that journey started and is still carrying on. So after that, somehow from All Saints' Day, I was praying at Mother's tomb. I went to Shanti Dan, and the sister said, "Will you take care of these young girls? And they are orphan children," and showed me the report card, and all red. So means they are not studying properly. So can you just give them a little bit of insight of life? So I used to go once a week, and I used to talk about mother and the heritage, means how you have to lift your heart. You should not feel yourself downtrodden. Because you are orphan child, that doesn't mean you are not a gift of God, or you are not what mother wants from you. You are mother's child, and it's the biggest heritage any child can't attain. So from that they were inspired, and there are few girls who are now in the top position. One is has done her research and has done PhD. One is in London. One is doing a very big job, and they came to me with the report card, which was so.
Right.
When that chapter ended, I started a prayer service at Mother's Tomb,
I see.
and Sister Nirmala was the patron. Means she wanted me to talk about Mother in the universal way, that not restricting human mind into one religion, or what she believed in, the fidelity of the mind to your own religion. But that doesn't mean that the humanity has to be disrespected, because the source is one. So we used to have a prayer service where I used to anchor with few sisters, where we used to talk about the universal concept of Mother's philosophy, where human heart and human mind and the connection with God, which is more important than anything else. And Mother loved me so much. I being a Hindu, there was no barrier in it. She had her pacemaker implanted by a Hindu doctor, and there was no barrier in it. So this is not the Christian world, it is the world of Mother. And whoever comes, it is Mother's children who comes over. And this is very important, which God wants us, where you feel yourself as one with God through Mother. So we used to talk about Mother's life, Mother's philosophy, Mother's vision, all in the simple way, not in a big way. We used to sit on the ground, and we used to, so Muslim women, Muslim people, Hindu people, even the Buddhist, even different sects of life, they used to come, and every Saturday we used to have a very beautiful interaction where many downtrodden people used to come, and they did not have anywhere to open their heart. They were, battered. So they found solace there, where they could express the inner feeling, and they felt themselves wanted and important. So somehow I felt that Mother wanted to evaluate every human person's dignity and every person to feel their own dignity. I am inspired. I went to Motijil, and that was the place where Mother first was inspired, and she was so much loved by that locality with the hurdles she faced. You all have read it. So that house, the sisters are there. So somehow myself and another person who is there, Chanda Chakravarti, we felt inspired to start a prayer service there. Maybe Mother wanted. So we will be having a prayer service at Motijil.
Both of us went to Rome in Mother's beatification and the sainthood. We got the blessing from the Pope there in the St. Peter's Church, in the Thanksgiving Mass, both of us, after Sister Nirmala. And I saw the whole world people came. Rome was packed by different countries' people. Pope offered us the Thanksgiving Mass in the same St. Peter's Church.
Yes, okay.
Beautiful situation. John Pope II offered this picture to me. That's why it is in my house.